Have you ever wondered why cricket, a sport beloved by millions, is played in only a few countries? It seems quite an enigma, doesn't it? A game that is almost a religion in some parts of the world, yet virtually unknown in others. Cricket, with its intricate rules, lengthy games, and genteel reputation, holds sway over the hearts of millions in countries like India, Australia, and England. There's something about the crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd, and the suspense of the game that captures the imagination. It's more than just a sport, it's a shared passion that brings people together. Yet, if you were to mention cricket in countries like the United States or many parts of Europe, you'd likely be met with a blank stare. The game is almost invisible in these regions, its absence as intriguing as its presence elsewhere. This dichotomy sparks our curiosity. What causes such a popular sport to be confined within the borders of a select few nations? Is it a simple matter of preference, or are there deeper, more complex reasons lurking beneath the surface? To understand this, we'll need to delve into the annals of history, exploring the origins of cricket, its propagation through colonialism, and its evolution into the modern sport we know today. We'll need to examine cultural influences, historical events, and economic factors that have shaped the cricketing world. We'll be venturing into uncharted territories, weaving a narrative that's as complex as the sport itself. But don't worry, we'll make sure it's as exciting as a nail-biting cricket match. We'll tackle the tough questions, challenge the accepted narratives, and hopefully by the end, we'll have unraveled the mystery that is cricket. So, are you ready to dive into the fascinating world of cricket and unravel this enigma? Let's set off on this journey together, and who knows, we might even inspire a few new cricket fans along the way. To understand why cricket is played in so few countries, we must first visit its roots. The origins of cricket are as intriguing as the sport itself. Born in the heart of England, cricket was first played by children in the southeastern counties during the medieval times. It was a simple game then, played with a ball and a bat in the open fields. It was only in the late 16th century that adults began to take an interest, and soon cricket became a popular sport among the local communities. The 17th century marked a turning point for cricket. It transitioned from a village pastime to a professional sport with the establishment of the first cricket clubs. The sport also began to spread throughout England and eventually reached the ears and eyes of the British aristocracy. The nobles saw cricket not only as a sport, but also as a way to demonstrate their social status. This added a new layer to the game, making it a symbol of British culture and identity. As the British Empire expanded, so did cricket. The British took the game with them to their colonies, introducing it to countries like India, Australia, and the West Indies. It was initially played by the British soldiers and officials, but eventually the locals also started to participate. They adopted the sport, added their own flavors to it, and made it a part of their culture. The evolution of cricket is a story of adaptation and change. From a village sport played by children, it transformed into a professional game that symbolizes British culture. It traveled across oceans and continents, adapting to new environments and cultures, and in the process, creating a unique and diverse cricketing world. Cricket's journey from a village sport to a symbol of British identity is truly fascinating, isn't it? The game has come a long way, and yet it continues to evolve, ensuring its survival and relevance in today's rapidly changing world. Cricket's spread was not just about sport, it was intertwined with politics and power. As we delve deeper into the history of cricket, we unearth an intriguing connection between the growth of this sport and the expansion of the British Empire. To comprehend this link, we must first acknowledge the era of colonialism, where the British Empire had dominions spanning across continents. In the late 18th and early 19th centuries, cricket was introduced to various parts of the world, not primarily as a leisure activity, but as an instrument of colonial control. The British in their colonies used cricket as a tool to impart their culture, values, and norms. In India, for example, cricket was introduced by British sailors in the early 1700s. It was promoted as a gentleman's game, a sport that instilled discipline, respect for authority, and adherence to rules, values that were dear to the British heart. Over time, as the locals embraced the game, it became a symbol of social status and acceptance within the colonial society. In the Caribbean, cricket served a similar purpose. It was a means through which the British sought to assert their cultural superiority and maintain control over their colonies. The local populace was encouraged to play cricket, not just for the love of the game, but to inculcate British values and norms. It's fascinating to see how cricket was used as a soft power to subtly instill colonial ideologies. But as history has shown, the colonized nations were not merely passive recipients of this cultural imposition. They embraced cricket, adapted it, and made it their own, often using it as a platform to assert their identity and resist colonial rule. This complex relationship between cricket and colonialism is a testament to the sport's socio-political significance. It also explains why cricket is so deeply rooted in some countries, while being virtually non-existent in others. As you can see, cricket was more than just a game. It was a tool of power and control. Fast forward to the modern era, and cricket has taken a life of its own. In the wake of colonialism, cricket has evolved, becoming more than just a game. It's a symbol of national pride, a source of entertainment, and for many, a way of life. Countries like India, Australia, and South Africa have not only embraced the sport, but have also reshaped it in their unique ways. In India, cricket is more than just a sport, it's a religion. The country's passion for cricket is palpable, with the sport being an integral part of the nation's cultural fabric. From the bustling streets of Mumbai to the serene landscapes of Kerala, cricket is everywhere. The Indian Premier League, a 2020 cricket tournament, has revolutionized the sport, with its blend of glamour, entertainment, and high-octane cricket action. On the other hand, Australia's approach to cricket is as robust and tough as the country itself. The Aussies play hard, aggressive cricket, reflecting the nation's competitive spirit. The iconic Boxing Day Test match at the Melbourne Cricket Ground is a testament to Australia's love for the sport. Meanwhile, South Africa's cricketing journey is intertwined with its tumultuous history. The sport has been a powerful tool for change, helping the country heal from the scars of apartheid. The Rainbow Nation has produced some of the game's finest players, who have showcased their prowess on the cricketing stage. Despite being born in England, cricket has found new homes across the globe. It has adapted, evolved, and thrived in different cultures and conditions. It's a sport that brings joy, fosters unity, and instills a sense of pride in people. The evolution of cricket in the modern era is a fascinating tale of resilience and adaptability. It's a story about how a sport born in the green fields of England has propagated to the dusty pitches of the subcontinent, the hard grounds of Australia, and the diverse landscapes of South Africa. The story of cricket is a testament to how a sport can transcend borders and cultures. Despite its popularity in certain corners of the world, cricket remains a mystery to many. But why is that? To begin, let's consider the complexity of the game. To an outsider, cricket's rules can seem arcane and bewildering. From the terminology of wickets, overs, and googlies, to the intricacies of how runs are scored and matches are won, it's enough to make even the most enthusiastic sports fans scratch their head. Compare this to the relative simplicity of sports like football or basketball, whose rules can be quickly and easily grasped. Then there's the issue of governance. Unlike football, which has a global governing body in FIFA, cricket's international affairs are handled by the International Cricket Council, but it only has full membership from 12 countries. This lack of a truly global governing body means that cricket is not being promoted worldwide in the same way as other sports are. Moreover, cricket's growth has been hindered by the dominance of other sports in certain regions. In North America, for instance, sports like basketball, baseball, and American football reign supreme. In these regions, cricket is often seen as an oddity rather than a mainstream sport. However, it's not all doom and gloom for cricket. The sport's popularity is growing in countries where it has traditionally been less popular. In countries like Afghanistan, Ireland, and Nepal, cricket is gaining traction and the sport's governing bodies are making efforts to expand its reach. But perhaps the greatest obstacle to cricket becoming a global sport is time. A traditional test cricket match can last up to 5 days, which is a far cry from the 90 minutes of a football match or the couple of hours of a baseball game. This length can be off-putting to potential fans and broadcasters alike, who may struggle to commit such a significant amount of time to a single match. Cricket might not be a global sport, but its uniqueness and rich history make it a fascinating one. And who knows, maybe one day we will see cricket being played in every corner of the world.